Never use your main domain when you do cold outreach. Here's why. Hey guys, I'm Stefan, the Calm founder. Welcome back to another Build in Public update. Let's jump right into it. For Swiftbrief, our SEO outline generator, we have run a giveaway. This was a marketing experiment where we created a Google Sheets function, a custom function, and we prepared a sheet that users could copy and use for keyword research. So basically all you had to do is copy the sheet and then throw in a keyword here, and we would automatically pull up suggestions along with keyword volume, KD, and other metrics relevant for keyword research. And we got around 40,000 impressions on this. It's very simple. So it's basically just retweeting and then basically commenting to get the sheet, get a link to the sheet that you then can copy. This achieves two things. It's first, you don't include the link in the post itself, which will usually get which usually just causes problems with the post, right? So it gets less exposure, and it lets people or makes people comment, which increases the reach. As you can see, it was retweeted 273 times, and it was has received 405 comments. And yeah, usually these types work very well for awareness type scenarios, and usually these types of things work very well for awareness. And yeah, I think this was a success. Tying back to the beginning of the video, we actually wanted to do cold outreach, and we got a new domain for that, which was called getswiftbrief.com. Why that is because if you get flagged as spam, that goes for your whole domain, which means that if you, for example, send login emails through your main domain or any other kind of sales communication, it will lead to your domain just being more likely to land in the spam folder. So basically, we ran only 100 emails with that new domain, and we immediately got flagged as spam, so that our deliverability went way down. And in the first kind of trial run that we had a 40% delivery open rate, and now we had a 5% open rate, which is an indicator that it just landed in spam. So now we have another domain that is called tryswiftbrief.com, and now that is being warmed up. We're using LemWarm for this. It's just a warm inbox warmer tool that basically sends emails and receives emails on your behalf, so that the inbox gets more reputation, basically. And it just kind of helps not to send 100 emails within a couple days from a brand new domain, which was just a test from us how bad it would be. So I guess it was quite bad. So now we're, reiterating, because this costs money and also costs us time. We also set up the SPF records and DKIM, I think it's called. So a bunch of email authentication things to just help with deliverability. I probably should have done that the first time around as well, but I just didn't really think or care enough, to be honest. For Maid of Speeches, our wedding speech generator, we have released another test we're running. So this basically shows the whole speech when it's being written, and is then cut off at some point and asks the user to unlock the rest of the speech for $35. This was probably the most important feedback we've gotten from people, that they wanted to kind of see parts of the result before they are making a decision to buy. And hopefully the bet here is basically that people are more willing to pay because we're being more transparent with the result, and people can kind of talk with the bot all the way to the end, which makes them more likely to feel some sort of reciprocity and also sunk costs. So it's basically people are putting in a lot of time, and then they are more likely to kind of buy the speech because they want to have the result and they want their problem solved. And I think this is both a win-win for us and also for the user if it works as we want. But that remains to be seen. Right. So the biggest takeaway here from this episode, the giveaway stuff, I think if they are very easy to understand and they provide enough value, so whatever kind of small product you're creating provides enough value for people to actually go so far as to comment and retweet, it can be a great way to gain some awareness. And obviously, it's great because it uses engineering as marketing, or whatever kind of product you're producing. Could be an info product, but it's basically using the stuff that's fun and then using that for marketing, was usually not as fun. But if we look at the results for this one, we have had 40,000 impressions. It's still gaining more impressions, by the way, and that brought us 160, visitors to the website. And we've had 10 signups yesterday, which we can clearly attribute, so it might be a bit less, the real number of signups that came through this. But overall, it's about 3 or 4 times as much as we get on a normal day. So that is great. And we're going to try more of these experiments and see how they actually impact the bottom line. All right, that's it. Subscribe down below. I'll see you next week. Cheers.